Hello, it's Ryan from 2minutetennis.net, and in this video, I'm going to show you the main differences between Roger Federer's flat and kick serves. Now, there are three main differences that I'm going to show you between the flat serve, which is here, and the kick serve of Roger Federer. And the first one's going to be the toss. So let's look at the toss here, and we're just going to look at the toss placement at contact. Let me take Federer's flat serve, and that's actually one thing that I didn't know about Federer's serve until I started making this video, and it was he tosses higher on his flat serve than on his kick serve. I think that's very interesting. But let's look at the placement of his flat serve toss. So if we draw a straight line down from the ball, we can see it's right on top of his right shoulder. But if we look at the kick serve, it's predictably more above his head. That's because when you're hitting the kick serve, you're trying to still be going up to impart the topspin on that ball. So he's going to contact the ball more on the inside of his hand, and you can see that. If I draw the angle from the butt of the racket to the tip of the racket on both the kick and the flat, you'll actually see that this one is angled more to the left of his hand. Right? That's just because he's going to be going up as he hits the ball. That's the only way you're going to get topspin is be going low to high as you're striking that ball. So it's really cool to see the difference between the contact point based on where he is with his toss and his head, but also the difference in the racket positioning. So let's look at the height of the toss. If we actually go, this is something I would never have predicted until I started making this video, but let's just put a little timer here when the ball is released out of his hand, and let's see how long it takes for him to make contact. So right there, there's contact. So a little less than 0.8 seconds. So let's take his flat serve and do the exact same thing. Let's see how long it takes for him to make contact with this. So I think it's really interesting that the ball is in the air, I don't know, 8% longer. What would that be, right? So it's amazing how he's tossing lower on his kick serve. I know personally for me, I toss a little higher on my kick serve, but that's actually because I have an extremely low toss on my flat serve. So I actually want to toss higher because it's easier to hit topspin on a falling ball on the kick serve. But I just thought that was a really cool thing that he tosses higher on his flat serve. But the second thing I want to show you, and if we just look at the contact point here, is we'll notice with his kick serve here that Fed is facing more to the side. We'll notice that more of his left arm is visible. You know, he tucks this left arm in against his body on both serves as a reactive brake in order to slow the body down. And when you slow the body's rotation down, you'll actually speed up the racket. But his body positioning, he's a lot more sideways on his kick serve, and that's intentional. That's on purpose, because when you are hitting a kick serve, you want your swing path to be more along the baseline, especially on the ad side if you're a deuce player. If you're a right-handed player. So if we just look at Federer's pronation on his kick serve and on his flat serve, you'll notice that his strings on the kick serve are very much facing toward the back fence, where on the flat serve, his strings are facing more toward kind of like the back right corner of the two fences, where the two fences come together. So it's really cool to see the differences between his flat serve and his kick serve. So what can you learn from this? Adjust your toss based on the serve you're hitting. I wouldn't necessarily say that you need to, or suggest that you need to adjust the height as much as, unless you have a very low toss on your flat serve. But when you're hitting a flat serve, have the toss, if you're right-handed, to the right of your head. If you're hitting a kick serve, have the toss more above your head. You can see the difference. It's so cool to see that. Film yourself. See if your toss is different on the kick and flat serve. Look at your body position on the flat and the kick. And on your kick serve, your topspin serve, and the extreme kick, you need to keep your body to the side. And then look at your racket path, your swing path. Look to see if you're swinging into the court on your flat serve, and if you're swinging up and across the ball on your kick serve. So if you copy these main ideas from the Federer flat and kick serve, there's no doubt you're going to gain confidence, win more matches, and play much better tennis. This is Ryan Reedy from 2minutetennis.net. You got this.